It's an event which has few equals, staged over 6 days and 2,000 testing kilometres, with weather conditions ranging from perfect to pouring. TARGA Tasmania is about survival, the ultimate race of attrition.
Immediate left 5.
Competitors have to drive within and maintain an exhausting level of concentration in cars which span more than 75 years of motoring history. For 07, the competition's been simplified into 3 major categories: DriveTravel.com Modern Competition for late model entries, Shannon's Classic Competition to decide for the first time the outright fastest classic car in the field, and the traditional Shannon's Classic Handicap Division to rank the classic field according to age and performance. First chance to light the wick comes on what's known as Day Zero, the Temco Prologue at Georgetown. Although only used for determining a start order for the rally proper, the almost 5 kilometre time trial through the streets of Georgetown always attracts a huge crowd. Not surprising this year when you throw in a touch of Hollywood.
You know, you do a lot of work on the car, you do just as much work on the preparation, and it gets to the point where you just want to get rolling. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow in particular, just being on the road and having a bunch of instructions yelled out at me by my navigator. Can't wait.
400 metres, the very long section. Flat stick. And that's a turn 3 left at that arrow. Turn 3 left at this arrow. Stay wide, Bana. Got a flying finish in 400.
Joining Bana in the Celebrity Stakes is Channel 7 personality Grant Denyer, a handy V8 steerer, and although this car is smaller than he's used to, there are high expectations for the souped-up Mini.
The hopes and aspirations are very real and realistic. I'm going to win it. There's no doubt about that. Look, it's a big ask. There's 300 cars here. But where this thing is on its own is its handling and suspension and braking. And this is some of the world's greatest roads. And who doesn't want to ever, particularly if you're a bloody revhead like me, be in a great car on an awesome road with the safety of no oncoming cars and just against the clock? Bring it on.
In Shannon's Classic, the mid-engined V8 Group B Catalogue, driven by Adam and David Kaplan, sets the fastest time.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. This car's fabulous at point and squirt and did it really well. 3:21.12, quickest in the classics.
Half a second back is Victorian Steve Cone and Tasmanian Simon Vandenberg in their fire-breathing 700 horsepower 72 Monaro coupe. Gavin James's Porsche 944 rounds out the top 3. Upstaging the big names in the DriveTravel.com Modern, and the quickest around the streets of the Temco Prologue was the surprise packet 996 Turbo, the husband and wife team Matt and Casey Close.
We're really pleased with that. We're not getting ahead of ourselves. It's only one little part of the 5 days, so our aim is obviously to finish, and we'll take it, cliche, one stage at a time, and hopefully we'll make the end.
Second was highly fancied Dane Alan Simonson, a professional driver who arrived at Georgetown via chopper, having just flown into Australia from Le Mans.
Landed in at, I think, 10 o'clock. From Monza. I've just done a 1,000-kilometre race down there with the Le Mans cars in a Works Ferrari.
While third went to the ever-consistent Jim Richards. The 2007 event also sees the introduction of the Rookie Rally, a pared-down schedule for first-time competitors. But if you think rookie means raw, think again.
I've been skidding wheels for well over 4 decades. It's a bit like sex, drugs and rock and roll. It's pretty hard to give it up, but I'm still doing it.
Prologue bragging rights are short-lived, and early next morning the field is preparing for Day 1 of Targa, the Northern Loop. The easiest day of the event, base times for stages 1 to 3 in the morning are all relatively easy to clean, and it's not until stage 4 at Paradise that crews have to start pushing in order to keep up with the front runners. By the end of stage 4, only the 5 fastest modern cars complete the run under the official base time. On the next 2 stages, that number's cut to only 1. Dame Alan Simonson, a first-time competitor, and Ben Searcy are carving up the modern competition, finishing the day with a 10-second lead.
Yeah, so far so good. Very happy, obviously, to be leading early on. We just worked out we've only done 15% of the rally so far, so still a long way to go. But no, as you say, so far so good.
The Delta Hydraulic leaderboard shows Simonson and Searcy with a 10-second buffer in modern back to the local Lamborghini of Jason and John White, with 2004 winners Tony Sullens and Julia Barkley a further 14 seconds behind. In classic outright, Bill Pye and Grant Geelan lead from Gavin James and Neil McLeod, and Rex Broadbent and Michael Godhere in an all Porsche top 3. On corrected classic handicap times, it's still the Pye Porsche out in front, 21 seconds to the good of Mike Batten and John Doble in a Volvo, with Len and Gail Catlin's 69 Mustang 4 seconds back in third. After the break, Targa shifts up a gear and trouble with a capital T for the modern leader.
Oh dear.
Day 2 of Targa 2007 starts with one of the rally's most famous stages, the sidling, then winds its way through the northeast in the fast stages of Welborough, Elephant Pass and Cranbrook, the street stage at Eric Bana, and then Targa's first ever night stage in Hobart. With the sidling drive for the second year in a row, most crews made it through unscathed, and Day 2 is shaping as a toothless tiger. There were, of course, exceptions. In Shannon's Classic, Broadbent and Godhere are on the charge, the fastest on all but one of the morning stages to move into the outright Classic lead. In DriveTravel.com modern, Simonson and Searcy hold an 11-second buffer at the beginning of the 13.5 kilometre Welborough Pass stage.
And 10 left, 5 right here, and 10 right, 50, 3 left long, 3 left long. Oh dear. Going that way.
Jason and John White inherit the lead and a 30-second gap back to their nearest rival. Both lead cars are forced to retire from the event within minutes of each other. Sullens and Barkley are the big winners, emerging from the chaos as modern leaders.
We've been good today. I think most of the stages we caught, it was a Mini crashed on the side of the road in the first stage today, and we sort of stopped and he had the board up and then he waved us on and we didn't know what to do, and we sort of balked and wasted 4 or 5 seconds there, which, you know, is probably, I don't know how we go compared to everyone else, but that's probably our only drama for today so far.
Richards and Oliver are in hot pursuit, just 6 seconds off the pace. Day 2 finishes with a Targa first, a night stage at Glenorchy's Derwent Entertainment Centre. Over 10,000 people turn up for the show, and Targa's V8 muscle cars are let loose for a Ford versus Holden battle to be crowned king of the night stage. Tirana pilot Peter O'Keefe finally emerged from the tyre smoke to win the award.
20 donuts. He didn't really 20 donuts.
The night stage was the end of the event for the rookie competitors. After 17 stages, Tasmanians Adrian Moser-Moresby and David Frenchy French take out the classic section in their Holden Gemini, while not surprisingly rally legend Ross Dunkerton and Anthony Chudley won the moderns, and both should be back for the event proper next year. Day 3 of the event is the shortest competitive day, 8 stages on a loop south of Hobart through the Huon Valley and return. It may be short, but it's not necessarily easy. The Delta Hydraulic leaderboard shows a clean run from Sullens and Barkley. Their lead in the drivetravel.com modern section out from 6 to 13 seconds at day's end. The big movers come from Tony Longhurst and Michael De Vere, overtaking Jim Richards for second place. Richards and Oliver relegated to third, 14 seconds adrift. Grant Denyer and Dale Moscat have the Mini just inside the top 20. Broadbent and Godhere are enjoying a 30-plus second lead in the Shannon's Classic outright section ahead of Pye and Geelan, with Code and Vandenberg continuing to surprise all in the Monaro. The tables are turned in Classic Handicap, with Pye leading on corrected time from the Austin Healey of Paul and Christine Freestone, with Broadbent third. Actor Eric Bana is running 55th at day's end. Next, the toughest day of the event is the Hollywood Hunk, goes head-to-head with a tree. Eric Bana shot to fame in Australia with a cast of outlandish characters on comedy show Full Frontal, but of recent years he's risen to international prominence thanks to lead roles in Hollywood blockbusters Troy and Munich. He first competed in Targa 11 years ago. This is the same car following an amazing 2-year restoration. Day 4 of Targa is where the going gets tough. Not until mid-afternoon and Sathana will competitors have reached the halfway point of the rally. Stages are long, technical and demanding. The day begins to get exciting in the historic Midlands township of Ross, a street stage with one major attraction, the railway jump. Following Ross is another town stage through Longford, again the crowds flocking to see the Targa action. Then it gets serious. Sathana is the first of the monster Targa stages, 38 kilometres long and regarded by some as the best tarmac rally stage on earth. Ray Vandersea in a Skelter G-Force, a car he designed and built himself, sets yet another fastest time on Sathana. Sullens and Richards dead heat the stage. Eric Bana and navigator Tony Romano's event comes to an abrupt halt 25 kilometres in.
Tony, I'm so sorry.
Just had too much speed coming into a pretty tight corner and just front understeered and off we went. Sort of knew probably about 4 seconds before we actually went in that there was a good chance we were going in. So that was a disappointing thing. And then it all happens pretty slowly, of course. And Targa claims another person, doesn't it?
Others too are finding the going tough, and it's a busy afternoon for the tow trucks.
We've actually broke a back axle, or bearings failed or something there. So if you have a look at the skid marks up there, it was coming down here, I suppose. I don't know what speed we're doing, and just the back end just let go, and away she went, and that was it.
When the car wouldn't turn for the corner, then the front brakes lock up, and she goes into an understeer, and it just won't go round. So it's just a very difficult corner that caught us out. That's Targa for you.
To make matters worse, the Bureau is predicting rain. The final 2 stages of the day run in full wet conditions. It's good news for Sullens and Barkley, who need wet weather to preserve their tyres. It's bad news for Richards and Oliver, whose two-wheel drive Porsche struggles to get the power down in the wet, and it shows on the timesheets. 6th, then 9th fastest on the final 2 stages. Sullens with a 48-second buffer at day's end. A check of the Delta Hydraulics leaderboard shows Broadbent and Godhere continue to lead the Shannons Classic outright, but late rain has allowed Pye and Geelan to stay in touch in second. The damp conditions have made life tough for the Coden Vandenberg Monaro, but they're holding on to third. Sullens and Barkley are now 48 seconds ahead of Richards and Oliver. Up from 4th to 3rd is Kevin Weeks and John Allen in a Lamborghini. Tony Longhurst dropping from 2nd to 4th for the day. A great effort from Grant Denyer, up 5 places to 14th. On corrected time, Pye and Geelan lead in the Classic Handicap section, more than a minute ahead of Freestone's Austin Healy, with Broadbent and Godhere third. Coming up, the run to the finish and crowning TARGA Tasmania's newest champions. TARGA Day 5 is a story about the West Coast wilderness and the wet and winding roads that traverse this terrain. Seven stages, beginning with Hellier Gorge, the 30-kilometre Strawn stage, the famous 99 bends out of Queenstown, and the monster 47k Mount Arrowsmith. Day 5 is the showpiece of TARGA Tasmania. Trailing by 48 seconds, Richards and Oliver fire the first shot, fastest through Hellier Gorge. Rally ace Rick Bates and Anthony McLaughlin are fighting their way up the field in a showroom spec Mazda 3 MPS into the top 10 and the quickest front-wheel drive car just ahead of Team Mini combination Paul Stokel and Peter Burry. Grant Denyer's also finding his feet on day 5, his Mini 5th fastest outright on the Mount Black stage.
Very long 9 left. 100, very fast from here. Thanks. It's very fast from here too. Flat crest 100.
Tony Longhurst is a man on the move, passing the Kevin Weeks Lamborghini to snatch third by the lunch stop at Queenstown. In Classic outright, Pye and Geelan are flying. Their 911 Carrera has picked up 51 seconds on leaders Broadbent and Godhere to close the Classic outright gap to just 18 seconds at lunch. In Classic Handicap, Pye has a comfortable 2-minute gap back to the Freestone's Austin Healy.
Oh, we've had a great morning today. Wet weather suits our car, and we've pulled about 50 seconds on Rexy, I think, so we're very happy with that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 50 left, 8.
The afternoon run to the finish begins on the spectacular hill climb out of Queenstown. Weeks and Allens clocked the fastest time in the Lambo. Broadbent and Godhere post the quickest Classic run to buy another 10 seconds breathing room from Pye and Geelan. The pair trade times over the final 2 stages, Broadbent and Godhere eventually crossing the finish at Rest Point in Hobart, holding a buffer of 30 seconds to win the Shannons Classic outright section.
I think we started the day with something over a minute's lead. The first 2 stages were wet, and we really didn't have the car set up very well for the wet. We knew he'd take time out of us, so we tried pretty hard.
Steve Code and Simon Vandenberg complete one of the greatest efforts in TARGA history to bring home their 700 horsepower Monaro in 3rd position. On corrected time, Bill Pye and Grant Geelan break the hoodoo to finally win the Shannons Classic Handicap section, 3 minutes ahead of Broadbent, with Barry Foe picking up 3rd in a 79 Mazda RX-7.
Left 8 and right 4.
In the 99 WRX, Sullens and Barkley are holding their nerve at the top of the modern competition.
Left 3, 50. Hug left 3 into right 2.
Richards and Oliver gained time in the final 3 stages, but nowhere near enough. Sullens and Barkley crossed the line to claim their second drivetravel.com modern Targa win.
Tony Sullens and Julia Barkley.
8-time winners Richards and Oliver are forced to settle for second. Longhurst and De Vere post their best ever Targa result, finishing third. For the winners, it's motorsport's biggest champagne shower and the reward of joining that exalted company. For the rest, another 359 days to plan that tilt for TARGA Tasmania 2008. Hello everyone, I'm Nick Digan.
And I'm Andrew Hart.
And welcome to the program we call Targa Talk, a show that takes you backstage, everything you need to know about Targa Tasmania.
Exactly right. Now we start the program standing in the main street of Longford looking like a couple of tools. And that's because Longford in the 1950s and 60s was home to the Australian Grand Prix and one of the fastest racetracks in the Southern Hemisphere.
People used to prang into that pub just over there. Now, Andrew and I have both covered Targa over the years in a variety of different ways, but this year something different. We're actually in the event. We are racers.
I'm a race car driver.
Stick with us over the next 30 minutes. A very, very interesting journey that we like to call Targa Tour.
I'm a race car driver.
Where's your car, you twit? Before we begin, a bit of a history lesson. Targa Tasmania borrows its name from the famous classic car rally Targa Florio, which was conducted by Mr. Vincenzo Florio from 1906 to 1974 around the Italian island of Sicily.
The word Targa is in fact Italian for plate, so competitors of this legendary motor sporting event didn't race for a cash prize. Instead, they competed on these gruelling Italian streets for a magnificent copy of Mr. Florio's family plate, or Targa.
And in a similar vein, competitors in Targa Tasmania don't race for the big cash prizes.
In fact, it costs them a small fortune just to enter the event. No, they race for the spirit of competition, for the love of motorsport, for the rush of adrenaline.
And the opportunity to punce around in racing suits for a week. They also race for these. These are the Targa plates, the trophies. And in just a couple of days' time, this one will be awarded to the modern winner.
This one will be awarded to the classic winner, and our names will be just there. Hart and Digan. Race
has been. It's over. Now, of course, in the past, Targa has attracted a raft of big-name competitors.
Big names, big names.
People like Sir Jack Brabham, Sterling Moss,
Big names.
Mick Doohan, Darryl Beattie, Dick Johnson.
Massive names.
And, of course, the late, great Peter Brock.
Huge names.
Those high-profile competitors have never had to deal with what's on offer this year. The X Factor that is...
us.
Digan Hart.
Now, every good race car driver, every great race car driver needs a car, so that's why we went to our local Mazda dealer.
Yep, we asked them to come up with the most potent, sort of fire-breathing, nasty, angry piece of four-wheel machinery they could muster, and they gave us this.
The Mazda 2, a car for your grandma. Not exactly what we had in mind.
Until we saw the modifications. This is the world's only Mazda 2 Extreme rally car. It comes equipped with a 16-valve, 1.5 litre, 82 kilowatt petrol engine.
The interior has been stripped out, which means it weighs just under a tonne and can get you from 0 to 100 in around about 10 seconds. Not bad for such a small car.
If you're nipping down the shops. So sit back, strap in, hold on, and let's begin the ride. Righto, Rick Bates is the man tasked with making sure that we don't kill ourselves. Rick, welcome to TARGA Talk.
Thank you.
What, in 30 seconds, tell us, how do you drive and drive fast? Because that's what we're about.
That's easy. No, it's the main thing is to look and steer where you want to go. Your vision's very important. Most people, if they get into trouble, focus on I don't want to hit that tree. That's what they're looking at. That's what happens. So no matter what sort of difficulties you get into, always look and steer where you want to go. The black stuff's where the car drives. The green stuff's where the cows graze. So the black stuff's where you want to keep the car on, which makes it pretty easy.
Righto, well let's get out on track.
Seriously, enough talk now.
Enough talk.
Right, yeah.
Let's get it. That was rubbish. Clearly a navigator. Can't drive, man can't drive.
Apparently another important part of TARGA is the navigation, and the navigator, and this is Anthony McLaughlin. He's one of the best in the business. Mate, welcome to TARGA Talk.
Thanks very much.
How do you navigate?
How do you navigate?
Can't be that hard, can it?
No, it's not very hard.
So 200 metres down the road here, there's a crossroad, we go straight on.
If you've got lots of experience, it's actually a bit easier.
And there's probably corners and bits and pieces in between.
What about no experience?
No experience? You just jump in and try and just stay on the course and call the notes as they come up.
I haven't got any notes, so I can't really give you much more information than that. What about if you've got no notes? However, I do know that at 2.6 there is a thing.
No notes.
Is that a problem?
Just drive to what you
drive,
can see.
just drive.
Keep it safe.
Righto, Rick, what do you reckon, mate? We right to go?
Yep, you're right to go. Yep. I said you'll probably win the rookie part if they look from the bottom up on the list.
Yeah, you're a funny man.
Rick's a comedian.
He does good work.
He's
He should
here
take
all
that
day.
stuff on the road. All right, stick with us, folks. After the break, we get into it. It's time to go rookie rallying. See you out the road, boys. All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. And now, standing in Georgetown, the culmination of a dream.
We're number one, Nick. We're car number 133, and we are about to get out on the track. It's the Temco Prologue. We're about to make our debut as race car drivers.
That's exactly right. The field has been split into classic and modern. We're in the rookie rally.
Correct.
Everything is set. Let's get into it.
Oh, better go. A little bit nervous.
One of the most decorated rally drivers in Australia competing in the TARGA Tasmania rookie section, no less, Ross Duncan. Now, mate, you've got to tell us about the time, what you cut out there, what you do, because we're feuding with you, quite frankly. You're one of our marks. If we beat you, we think we're doing all right. What's the clock?
Well, we took it easy because we didn't want to start tomorrow at the back of the field, so we sort of tonked around in about third gear, fourth gear. 3:27, I think. 3:27. Yeah, how'd you go anyway?
Yeah, I think
you were trying.
4 minutes. So we're in the ballpark. We're in the ballpark, mate.
Good one.
Right, folks, another big name that you will find in the TARGA paddock is this man here, Grant Denyer, former weatherman, dancing superstar, Australian's Got Talent host.
Sure does.
Mates, what are you doing at TARGA?
I'm a bit of a rev nut, from way back. I love car racing. Since I was 7, I've always wanted to do one of these events, and I thought I'd pick a car that kind of reflected my my personality a little.
Yes. being Mini.
Small and nimble.
Right.
The old girl. I don't know quite why it's dressed like a cat, but
no, it's good. Now, we saw you out at Simmons Plains yesterday testing. We were testing as well, obviously.
I saw you there. You were quick.
Very, very, very fast.
Not.
These things seem to go.
A lot quicker than your thing was yesterday. I remember passing you and looking over, and you had this white face with sweat running off. I waved, you didn't even look back, you were so terrified. Does your mum know that you drive like that? Because I'd be embarrassed.
Well, she knows because I borrowed a car, so
Do you,
she's well aware that we're here.
Do you also have to go home before the street lights come on?
Do you?
No.
Now, you've been talking up your chances though, Grant. You know, you think you're going to knock off some of those Porsches, the Lambos, you'll flog them all.
Clearly you don't know the Mini. Clearly you don't know the winning history and racing pedigree that this has in Australia. Did you know? Did you know that 41 years ago they finished in the top 9 spots at Bathurst? Bet you didn't.
Oh, well, I did know that. Who else was in Bathurst that year?
Doesn't matter. They finished in the top 9 spots. That's all that matters. And we're going to rock the foundations of this event and shake to the very core the Porsches.
Enough now. That's Grant Denyer anyway, folks. Slow.
Yeah, just want to get started now, can't wait.
I'm a wet weather specialist. You see that car up there? That's 1958 Mercedes-Benz. Now we beat that, and I'd be expecting, if we don't hunt it into a tree, to repeat that performance today.
Yeah, we're about to go. We're off.
We go on with a lot of bluff and bluster outside the car, but in reality, in here, scared. Scared.
Go, 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 go. Target day 1, stage 1 in tally is go.
And I'm on the rev limiter, kids.
Right, you don't talk.
Right, shut up.
You just keep both hands on the wheel.
Wipers on.
It's left, 90 degrees.
Right, don't brake turning in.
Take us through that.
Okay, don't brake.
Right, stop. You've done it.
Okay, so at a moment there, we've learned...
On the last corner of stage 1. Don't brake turning in.
Don't brake turning in.
Very greasy, these roads.
Just hang back. Whoa, good. Where are we at?
9.4.
Right, road goes left. Just uphill passing's not our go, but don't do anything crazy. That's it, just don't cut it. Oh, we passed a car. Oh, chicane point down here. Okay, so don't overcook it here. 100 metres on the brakes. Good work. Whoa, you're hot. That's good. Okay, here's our bridge. Cross the bridge and then through the finish. Flat. Good work. That was good. That was excellent.
That was fun.
We did it. We survived day 1 and we were fast.
We don't know quite where we are in the pack, but I guess that'll all be...
somewhere between last and probably
third last. Yeah, somewhere like that. But anyway, stick with us after the break because coming up we're doing the East Coast down to Hobart. Should be good.
Yeah, we'll be going right.
scary, I'll give you the tip.
We're feeling quite, well, frankly, nervous and uncomfortable.
10 seconds.
However, 10 seconds, all right. The revs will build at 5. All right, well, TARGA always attracts the big names, and there's no one bigger this year, frankly, than this man, Eric Bana. Eric, welcome to the event, the program. It's a you've got a lot ahead of you. You've got a big car to drive here in TARGA this year.
I know. I want to find out if we're officially the heaviest entry. I think we must be pretty close. I haven't seen any cars that are obviously heavier.
It's like the Hulk versus Astro boys. Our vehicles are so similar.
Now tell us about this car, because this has got a history. This is this piece of machinery.
I bought this car. It was in the Saturday Age in Melbourne when I was 15 years old, and $1,100.
Yeah.
I should have found a better one and paid $5,000, but I paid $1,100 for an absolute rust bucket. And 23 years later, it's obviously not the same car, but its soul is still the same. And I think the guy was a dead set druggie, and the car was in pretty bad shape.
All right, so what do you know about TARGA?
I know that I've been warned about you blokes. I know that the sidling's still a tricky stage. I know that we can't speed in the road stages because the policeman reminded me of that today, which was good to make that clear. What else do I know? That's about it. I think that's all. I'm on a need-to-know basis this week.
Do you know anything about the competition pedigree of the Mazda 2?
Look, I've got new boots because I was afraid that with all the shaking that I was going to be doing in my race boots that I'd wear them out. So
You have seen it? Have you seen it? You'll be seeing it in your revision mirror.
Yeah, I haven't seen it up close, but I'm more than happy to.
Well, it's a
check
one.
out there.
It's one car. But
is
anyway,
it louder than mine?
Beg your pardon?
Is it louder than mine?
No, but it's better for going down the shop.
Let's get a screwdriver and whack a couple of holes in the muffler.
All right, mate. Well, you have a terrific time out on the road. Eric Bana, ladies and gentlemen, here all week for TARGA Tasmania. See you out there, my friend. Good luck.
See you, mate.
Fast right, and then hairpin right. Fast right, this is your fast right, and hard right. Good, medium left here, followed by a fast left.
And fast left onto the finish, fast right on the finish, in fact. Don't hit it, run up the arc. Good run.
That was great.
Sorry, mate, I got off the notes there a couple of times. I think there's a couple of odd bits in there.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that was awesome.
That was good. That was great.
That was a great start.
I think you were going well then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was fine.
You should try this. It's very, very good. One of the men who will be figuring very, very prominently in the night stage is Steve Code, mate. The big 74 Monaro. What sort of horsepower we got?
Oh, more than enough. 700.
700 horsepower, and you're on party tyres for the night stage.
I sure am, and it's going to be party time, isn't it?
Now, just tell us, what's that actually like? What is a 700 horsepower Monaro like to drive?
On small, same size tyres that you get on your 6-cylinder Commodore, it's a lot of fun, I can tell you, especially in the wet. You want to come?
Not really, no, but tell me, right, tomorrow is all about Ford versus Holden.
It sure is, and it's going to be the Holden serving up the Fords, I'm sure about that.
Who have you got in your sights?
All of them. Especially that Bana bloke, right? New kid on the block comes down here and try and serve it up to us.
Watch out for Steve Code, King of the Night stage, folks. Be very, very entertaining.
Rightio, folks, we just heard from Cody and his Holden. Now here's the man. Come on, get out. Len Catlin, ladies and gentlemen, known around the Targa ranks as a man who has his tail hanging out around much of the...
Sometimes. Today in the wet I wasn't happy about it though.
Now mate, everyone's talking about tomorrow night, the big night stage at Glenorchy. We were just speaking to Cody, he reckons he can flog it.
Well, he probably can. I didn't buy the fairy tyres, I didn't buy the coloured tyres.
So you're doing it on race tyres?
I'm doing it on race tyres, I'm natural.
You're natural, but from what we know about you,
I can't help Cody, he won't care and I won't care, we'll just light him up.
Rightio folks, we are coming stone cold last in the rookie rally, but it's not surprising, there's a heap of cheats in it.
That's exactly right. We're bad at fishing, we're really bad at driving, but we've got one more chance, and that is Targa's first ever night stage, a battle of man and machine coming up after the break. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Targa Talk, and we're at the scene of Targa's very first night stage, Hardy.
Ow, it's past our bedtime, Nick, but this is it, the Derwent Entertainment Centre, Targa at night. The fans have turned out, let's go and give it a crack.
We were born for this, the night stage. The Mazda 2's got one thing in its advantage, and that's light.
Go, go, go. 200 medium left. Here's your medium left. Go, 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 bang it.
What's next?
Long medium left. Long medium left. Long medium left. All right, now you've got a slow left into a slow right. Slow left. Nice. Slow left again. Go, bang it. Hairpin left, up here somewhere.
Where? This what we're doing?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Hairpin left, round here.
All right, that was our run. Pretty bad, Hardy. Pretty bad. I've got to say that myself,
Nick.
but... Big bad.
I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you very much. But this stage is special for a couple of reasons. One, because it's dark, and two, because we've got the King of the Night stage with the big V8 bangers. Time to have a look at the tail of the tape, the results, and in rookie modern, Hardy, it was Ross the Boss Dunkerton getting home. Classic, we had Adrian Moz Morisby who took the cake. What about in classic overall?
In classic overall, at the end of day 3, Rex Broadbent holds a 27-second lead over Bill Pye, with Steve Code in the big V8 a minute further behind.
We've got Tony Sullens leading modern from Tony Longhurst, with Jimmy Richards in third place. Well, sadly, that is the end of our rally and the end of Targa Talk, Hardy.
Not long enough, Nick. Wasn't sure at first, but 2 days behind the wheel, not long enough. Enough to keep going. Sadly, it's over.
Thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you. And join us next time we talk about Targa and Targa Talk.
Bye.